Hello, it's Debbie from Australia and I'm here with my July 2022 cross stitch update, and I have got my mate Darcy behind me. He's looking very innocent there, but he was trying to jump on all the benches and the tables and everything less than 5 minutes ago, so hopefully he'll just continue to put on a good show for you and behave. July was a good month stitching wise for me. I got 30 odd thousand stitches done, a lot of progress on a lot of projects, so we'll just start with finishes as usual. Now, I just went through this a minute ago. My first finish for this month is Merry Christmas from Owl Forest Embroidery. Now these should have, in my opinion, been declared individual finishes because there was over 1200 stitches in nearly every single one of them. There are a lot of them. I started them on the 7th of August 21, and along with Anne at Hooks, HOOKES, on Instagram, and I finished on the 26th of July, and Anne finished hers. She did hers on black. Now, to hold them all up, it's a bit difficult. I'm going to try and do this carefully. I have got them saved in order, but of course this is going to muck around on me and show them in not so normal order. This is the M. The one thing with this project I have noticed is every letter has got a different every letter has a different focus on what's surrounding it. Here comes the E, which is the buttercups. Am I lucky enough? Oh, R. I love that little Santa. So little stitches, yet it shows up very easy as a Santa. Lucked out another R. This has got little hearts as ornaments around it. And Y. I'm going to flick it back across and see if I can find the rest of them. It's very bizarre. I don't know why it's doing this. C has the stockings from the chimney stand. Okay, H has lanterns. I've got to find an R that you haven't seen because they are all different. This is the next one, and it's got the red cardinals on it. I, if I can find it, has poinsettias. I think they're supposed to be poinsettias. Oh, come on, this is so bad. Honestly, they were saved in the right order. We have got S, pine cones. Is T. T has got little Santas and the Christmas tree. We've got M, which has just got Christmas trees. There is A. A has got owls and bells. Owls and bells on A. And where's the third? I've shown you that S. But there's 3 R's, but they've all got different ones in them. So I've got to find you the S you haven't seen. I know I showed you the pine cones. Where's the other S? Sorry about this. And the other one had snowmen and little houses on it. So that I am going to try and finish it like the parcel, like the pattern. I have got 4-inch cake rounds there ready to go. We'll see how we go about that. But I have got trim. I've bought the trim. I've bought the backing. I've bought everything I need. I've just got to actually do it. So I might have to have a finishing weekend each month to try and get some of these done. The other finish I got is one I really like, and I'm going to turn it into a bookmark, and it's rock, paper, scissors. I did love this one. He turned out so well. You know exactly who that is. Oh, I must have cut the picture off. But it's rock, paper, scissors, and I thought it was just a great laugh. So they were my finishes. Pattern wise 2. Stitch count wise I reckon there's 15 finishes there, but that's alright. We won't go into that. Starts. Oh, I could have shown you that. That's what it looks like. Goodness gracious. There he is. Rock, paper, scissors. I enjoyed stitching him. He was only done on this little scrap, but there's plenty of room because I'll go right up to the edge and do it really flat with the triangle on a corner so you can hook your page in where you're up to in your book. So those were my finishes. The rock was started on the 1st of May and finished on the 25th of July, which really I think equated to maybe three nights, days, whatever, stitching. We then have starts. This month I had 5 starts, and for some reason I've got them in reverse order. I think because I had to re-sort everything from the whip parade, because I did that in chronological order as when I started them. First start, Atelier Angel from Irina Koshkina off Etsy. I just loved it. I have always loved it. And a challenge on Down Under Divas resulted in I could start it. I'm doing this on a 40 count beige fabric. I'm not quite sure where I got it from. Oh, I've only cross-stitched, I've only back-stitched, and it's going to be back-stitch hell. I've only back-stitched the face, but you can still see the outlines of the body already. There's a lot of cross-stitch on here, a lot of back-stitch on this. But the wreath and so forth are very intense. This is 40 count. I started this on the 5th of July. Next start I haven't taken this out. This was a kit from Nashville, cross-stitch collector from the Primitive Hair. It actually came with the fabric and that black backing board, and I will be putting it on the next drawdown from Cross Stitcher. He's been a good boy. So far I've spent one night on this and I got it half done, so I think it's only going to be a 2-night stitch up. I started this on, I haven't written it down, started in July. I did change the dress to purple, but that's just because I like purple. Was a blue, still really nice. I did try to put on the thing DW, but I'll pretend it's my initials because I only got half the W and I did get the D on it, so I'll just pretend that's my initials that she was embroidering on the embroidery. The next start was from Bart Hopper Bart, Robin Hood Sampler. My favourite Disney cartoon movie is Robin Hood, and oodle-addy, golly what a day. I do say that to the grandkids. They think I'm mad. But I do love that, and that little bunny with his hat. Julie from Kansas City and the Colorado World brought that to my attention, and I had to go and get it. I'm doing it on a pale grey 40 count. I started on the 3rd of July and I've only got the corner section done. I got the green done, but I think it will stitch up quick. It needs a bit more work on it. The 4th start for this month was Winter Quakers from Rosewood Manor. I think everyone knows this one. Very misleading, very misleading. There are a lot of colours. I am using the cord 4 Val Downing on the cord 4 fabric, which is dwarf, except I'm doing it on 40 count. So it means I can only use one strand of the 3, whereas most people are using the strand straight off the roll. I have to untwist it to one strand and work extremely carefully to stop it unwinding. And I started this on the 6th of July. I have done, you can't see it now, I've moved the camera so you could have the nice view of Darth. spring, and really only spring and winter took my shine. Now I forgot to put the photos in. That's my new start for Atelier Angel. Atelier I've looked up, and one of the conversions is Workshop Angel. So obviously they're helping out in the design shop. Cross Stitch Collector. Bart Hopper Bart. Robin Hood Sampler. And Winter Quakers from Rosewood Manor. Now the fifth one was a family piece, so until that's done and handed over, I don't show those. Next, I don't know what's going on. A lot of my photos have got cut off this time for some reason. The next I've got is Stitch in Time. In July I did finish 22,023 stitches out of the 22,000 in 2022 for Full Fanatics Cross Stitch Full Coverage Fanatics Challenge, and I'm hoping for another 22,000. This is supersized Stitch in Time Max Colours from Heaven and Earth, charted by Aimee Stewart. And that's the full thing. I can actually show you the full thing this time, because like I said, I got them out for the whip parade. So that's where I'm up to. So that panel I am working on right at the end is the middle panel of the first row. So I'm about 12.7 something % done. The detail from a distance is just fantastic. I love it, still love it. And I had to do the video because I've got about 3,000 stitches to do on that this month, and I was running out of, I didn't want to do them before I did the video. Such hard times. Now the bottom one is cut off, but that's the before and after. It might be the before and the before, which is a bit, no, I think the part cut off is, what I did mostly this month is I finished, I'll bring it back, I finished all those flowers down the bottom, all those holes have been filled, and all the random stitches that were left in that last book, and I did a fair bit of the top shelf. It's not going to show up that well. And I'll try again because I didn't have it there showing you. Okay, I mainly filled in those flowers down there. There's no gaps in them anymore. That last book is completely finished and half the top shelf. And again, this has been done on 32 count 1/1 full cross. The next whip I worked on is Botany Bay Sampler from Fox and Rabbit. Now, let me tell you, I don't know. Oh no, actually no. I've missed one here. I've missed putting one out. And still got it here from the parade. I couldn't understand why the pictures didn't match. Anzac from Long Dog Samplers. That's where I'm up to again. You're getting the full dose because I had them all out for the whip parade. It has been done on 40 count fabric that I dyed the dark green to go with the camo thread from Dinky Dyes. I'm going to fill that 2022 in because that's going to be done this year. I've marked off the pattern, PDF pattern, because I've got about 5 challenges on Down Under Divas, which is going to finish that off. Sorry I haven't got the hard copy. I obviously is it on my list? No, I've even lost it off the notes, so I'll have to add those before I update the notes. That way, I'm going to have a major fall here. So the next one then is before and after. In that small gap, I believe there's about 2,500 stitches to go. I actually counted them because I counted them in lots of 500 because I needed that for the challenge. I've missed another one. Good grief. No, I haven't. You know what? I've just realised I had some of these there for the parade, but not to worry, doesn't matter. Next one for July is Botany Based Sampler by Fox and Rabbit. This is being done on... Is that all of it? That's all of it. There you go. It's been done on 36 count Legacy. Picture this plus. Started on the 16th of December 2019. And I'd like to finish it this year or early next year. A lot of spaced out stuff to go up the top. Big huge house. The board is done, matched first time. The borders are all finished, so it's only the internal stuff. Don't mind all those threads on the needle minder. It's because I'm doing those the initials of her family, so it's just this colour, this colour, this colour, this colour, so it's just as easy to have them there ready to roll. Now the before and after of this one is only sort of the before on the top section, because that's what I've been working on most. You can see that I've finished the border, I coloured it in, and I've done the alphabets across the top. Okay, next I have got Celebrate Spring from Madame Chantilly. Nope. Yes, Madame Chantilly, Celebrate Spring. I've got all of these and I'm doing all of them on the one piece of fabric. And I have finished the top shelf and I've stitched the middle shelf, ready to fill that one in. This is just on a random 28 count green even weave, and it is being done 1/1 on the 28 count. And the before and after. Yeah, so I did all the banners and moved down to the next shelf. The next one I have worked on is Christmas Balls by Irina Zagorodskaya from Etsy. I'm doing this on 32 count white opal, and I really only have backstitch to go. Little on the mistletoe on the side with Mrs. Claus, and then some silver lurex to make the sparkles. But it's looking lovely. It's looking lovely. It's just a very happy project, and quite a quick one to stitch too. I think it's only had about three nights, because there's a lot of block colour that you can do, and I just block coloured as I went along. So that will probably be a finish this month. Next one I worked on was Christmas Elegance from Mirabilia. I found all the two bottom corners, and just have to fill in. There's a lot of the greens in there. Once I sort of put my head down, I can get that done pretty quick, I think. There's still a bit to do around the presents, but most of what's left there is beads and jewels and so forth, because this is a very sparkly girl. I always do the bottoms first, because they're usually the most intense, and then I work on the tops. This is being done on 32 count Shimmering Azure from Under the Sea Fabrics, and I started it on the 28th of August 21. Next, back in the happy place with Kringles from Little House Needleworks. I have got rid of all the grey, and I just spent what time I had on the month to get it all back to the black. So now nothing more to unpick. I'm so happy with how the black is sitting against the the gold there. All of it's done, so now I can just merrily move on and start doing more work on the building. This is being done on 40 count Meadow Rue, Lakeside linen, and I restarted it on the 8th of March 2022 after it being thrown in the naughty corner for quite some time. Next whip is Jeanette Douglas's mini bouquet. It's a free pattern from her website, issued every month. Frame came out with the first one. I'm doing this on 40 count country mocha. Started it on the 3rd of January this year, and it will be finished in December, when the last one comes out. I believe these were all issued as individual patterns initially, and they're all coming out to form this sampler. And we'll take a pause here and we'll catch up with, I've only missed one I think. Nope, I've missed two. Before and after on Christmas Elegance, showing you how I worked across to find that other corner. I think I had to work in green was one of the challenges. The next one is Kringles. You can see all the grey here. Oh, I'm pointing with the cursor, you can't see that. All the grey from R to S in Kringles, and the bottom window without the pram all came out this month, and I got it back to scratch, so I'm back in a happy place with it. And then of course, before and after on mini bouquet, I've only got the 5 months to go, and it will be finished in December. Next pattern is Octopus's Garden from Blackbird Designs. This is the 4th in the series Magical Mystery Tours. I'm doing them on 40 count fabric. This one and the Yellow Submarine will be both done on the same fabric, being 40 count Cadet Blue from number 12 Stitch Co. Octopus is done and just doing all the background. Before and after. Next we have, I'm doing this in a sale with Stitching Mummy and others. It is a sampler of stitching from the drawn thread. This month I completed S, T and U. So this one will be finished in September, because I've only got 2 more panels to go. This was my New Year, New Start. There's all the panels, and I'll bring it up close to this month's with the squirrel, the trees and tulips, I think is what they've got there, and what was the use? Oh, it's for umbrella. This section here with just the dots there, that's rain, and you put an umbrella pin in there. The only one I was having trouble finding was the dragonfly, and I found one of those the other day, so I'm very pleased. So hopefully, I have to get up close because some of those stitches are very fine, using very fine thread. But 2 more panels and that will be done. Before and after. Next I worked on, because it hadn't been worked on for quite some time, was from the Sweetheart Tree, Stitch's favourite Boscorno, the Boscornu pen cushion. It's rather sweet. Now it's going to look like I haven't done anything because I had to pull out every one of those leaves, and this time I did it at the same time as the back stitch, so I had something to check where it was being placed. As I went out around the corners last time, I was looming off big time, I'll flick across to the now, come on. These are out of whack. Put them in alphabetically. So what you see on the before picture has all been unstitched, other than maybe the very top three, because you can sort of see right from the start that last corner, just they weren't lining up. So it all came out and I had to start again. This is being done on Silk Weaver's Tranquility. I think it's a 38 count, so I've got Victorian samplers and it's not, it's the Sweetheart tree, so I'll have to I'll have to fix up the pictures and find out where I've gone astray. Next, Tap Dancers. Long Dog Samplers. Tap Dancers. I'm doing this with Silks for You PR132, which is a mildly variegated blue, on 40 count ice blue from Zweigart. And I have done the panel right across the top and some more because I have to move around for challenges. So that is the width of it. I started this on the 4th of June, 36 count. It is 36 count ice blue from Zweigart. And there's just a mild variation, so it doesn't give you lots of stripies. Look at that aquarium. Moray eels, the helicopters. I haven't finished the bagpipes yet. It's just amazing. I look forward to doing more on that. Before and after. Chicken D, I got a fair bit done. In fact, in one night, after a particularly bad day at work, I got 2,039 stitches done in a night, which surprised even me. But I was annoyed. Next one is the generous gift from Kelly down at Animal Instinct. This is the Queen Mermaid. I'm doing this on 38 count. That's what it says. 38 count. 36 count, sorry. 36 count jade. No. It does not come out the colour it is. On the Whip Parade, I said I would go to the DMC colour chart and try and find it now. There's no colour that matches this fabric, but if you look at 3844 and 3847 and mix them up, that's the colour the jade is. It's a beautiful colour. I think, let me flick, if I can damn well find it. The photos, which I'll swip over now, are closer, especially the top one. It is a really jadey, greeny blue. It's very different. I'm going to have to watch me befores and afters. I've got them too big. But I've only got the bottom, I've only got her fins in the bottom sections done, and I can move up the top. I started that on the 14th of June. And I've got to go back because I'm not sure why, but these photos have all gone out of whack. Okay, is that the next one? Yes, it is. Next one, Templar Prophecy. I want to really push on this one because this was my New Year start in 2020, and I thought I'd get it done in a year. And you know, I've got lots of whips, yes, but I still thought I'd get it done. But I had a lot of trouble because the colours changed with the dye lots on 317. Most of the greys in DMC actually changed because something they used became outlawed, so they weren't allowed to use it anymore for dyeing. So it slightly changed the colours, because if you look at the knight down the bottom on the horse and the dark section up the top with the dragon sitting there, that is 317. They are both 317. The one down the bottom is the old colour, the one up the top is the new colour, and you can see that they're different, which was very discerting. So I've had to sort of rework what I was doing to try and incorporate 4 different greys, as well as the PR161 from silks for you. And there's just little pops of black and little pops of red. I've actually got to take out those two butterflies because I wasn't thinking what I was doing and I didn't have my map, and they've got to be red to fill in with the other butterflies around the project. I'll show you before and after. So I worked on that bottom panel to try and bring that section up. So I'm sort of working across the page would be an easier way to go. Actually, somewhere in amongst that one, I've got the magnets floating. There it is. It's needle minder came off during the whip parade. Okay, fixed. Now with that one, I know it's humongous, but I fold it up to wherever it is I'm working. I use very, very bright colours because the whole concept of this was to work out that I didn't have too much of the same shade in the one area. The greys were too hard to differentiate, so I've gone really loud to make sure it balanced, and in the end it should be okay. I'm hoping anyway. I'm hoping. And we'll see how we go. So they've got to go together because I've got to have that sitting there so I don't paint myself in the corner when it comes to what colours when and where. Okay. My other real favourite. Another long dog. You belong to me. I love anything to do with Egypt. Movies, patterns. I've been to several museum bits and pieces. I can't go over there, too much sand, too much heat for a redhead, so no, that's a no. But here it is. This is where I'm up to. Oh, a lot done this month. So you've got 4,000 stitches plus this month. It is being done on 38 count days gone by from Silk Weavers. And I started this on the 21st of November this year. Nope, 2021. Really? Okay, I'll believe it. Thought I'd done more work on it than that, but not to worry. And before and after, I've actually inserted two because this was a full piece and I'd only been showing bits and pieces, so I've enlarged the two drakes or the ducks there on top of the pyramids to show that I have actually done the other area in there as well. So a lot done. So it's on a roll too. Okay, so next we've got the usual. I haven't got terribly many purchases this month. Well, not that I remember. The usual from A Stitch in Time down in Hobart. These are the classic colourworks. Heather Lee, hickory sticks, hollyberry, honeycomb, house wine, and hydrangea. They're showing true to colour. Next, what time is it? Oh, 12 o'clock at night. Okay, these are the week's dye works. Grape, vine, let me put them down. Grapevine, grapefruit, graphite, grasshopper, grey, and grenadine. I think that's a drink, grenadine. And again, they're true to colour. The Gentle Arts are the three I get from them. So we've got Moonlit Path, Morning Glory, Mountain Mist, Mulberry, Nutmeg and Oatmeal. And again, very true to colour. And from Colour Streamers in Australia, I get the silks on a monthly basis. Berry lipstick. Olives. Plum, Gentle Genie, and the freebie is Plum in a Chenille. And the inspiration pattern, which it does match perfectly. And the flowers in the garden. It's a nice way of doing it. So they're the silks. I'm not taking these out. I got some 3 pieces, 2 antique white, 1 white in Opal. I've got a beautiful burgundy piece of 36 count and some plain old black Ada for projects. Adore was having a special, so we went and had a quick visit there. And the other thing I bought, because I saw this pattern somewhere and I fell in love with it. This is called Peonies and Red Apples. Yes, Peonies and Red Apples from Lucares. Yeah, I bought the kit. It's been really screaming at me to do something. I'm not doing it on the, sorry about the crunching. I'm not doing it on the 20 count, I think it was Verdal that they sent. Verdal? No, Balana. 20 count Balana. It was a bit too loose, so I'll be doing it on 40 count, just white linen. So that's purchases. I thought I'd show you another little, I do various things. This is a little pair of boots I made for a friend's little one. They got the sheepskin on the inside. It is hospital grade. Get it from a place that makes the blankets for the hospital, so that's all been sterilised. And they just turn out really sweet and cute. So they can go off to the new little bub. And other than that, I'm going to show you a picture. This is my 7-year-old's cross stitch. He asked me if he could do some because he kept watching me all the time. So I gave him how to do it. We went simple. He's not 7 yet. He'll be 7 in September. So I got the big needle. I got the canvas stuff out. And he's working on a Pokemon ball, and he's really quite, he enjoys it. Like, he might only do it from about 5 minutes, but he'll pick it up and do it himself. And I put it in the small pouch that I got from the Mario set from Teaser Handmaids from Taryn, and then had to turn around and order another one, so the little fella's also got a little zip bag, and we'll find some sort of craft for him to put in there too. Other than that, I'm very surprised at how wonky all my photos have gone this time. The stats the equation down the bottom comes to 33. I have got 33 whips at the moment. And they're the stitches per month. I will work out what I'm doing wrong. They haven't been that bad before. Darcy's been a very good boy sitting over here. You can say no? Probably not. He's too comfortable in his rug. Daddy's closer to the fabric that I'm doing the mermaid on, actually, when you look at it. Anyway, I'm garbling now. So I wish you all well. Stay safe. Be kind to others, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.